What if someone already knew the biggest news in the world 15 minutes before the President of the United States posted it? And in those 15 minutes, they made a massive bet and walked away with a fortune the second the news dropped. This is not a movie. This is not a conspiracy theory. This just happened last Monday, in broad daylight, with receipts. And the wild part is this. We know the time. We know the money. We just do not know who did it. Or maybe we do. Here is the story. It starts with war in the Middle East. In late February 2026, the United States and Israel launched strikes on Iran. That matters far beyond the battlefield because Iran can influence the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow waterway through which a huge share of the world's oil passes. When that route is threatened, oil gets more expensive. And when oil gets more expensive, gas prices rise fast. By Monday, March 23rd, gas in the U.S. had hit $3.96 a gallon, up more than $1 in just 1 month. People were angry, markets were nervous. Then, Trump posted a message on Truth Social at 7:05 in the morning. He said the U.S. and Iran had had very good and productive conversations and that military strikes on Iranian power plants would be postponed for 5 days. Iran immediately denied that any talks had happened. Their officials said Trump was trying to manipulate the financial and oil markets. So now the market had a story. Maybe the war de-escalates, maybe oil flows again, maybe prices fall. And that is exactly what happened. Stocks jumped, oil crashed. The S&P 500 rose more than 2.5% in minutes. The Dow ended the day up 631 points. The overall value added to the stock market that day was about $3 trillion. Oil went the opposite direction. Brent crude fell from about $112 a barrel to $99 in minutes. That kind of move is huge. For oil, it is almost never that fast. But here's the part that set off alarm bells. At 6:49 a.m., before Trump's post went public, trading volume in oil futures suddenly exploded. In 1 minute, about 6,200 contracts changed hands, worth roughly $580 million. That was far above normal. Reuters, the Financial Times, CNBC, and Bloomberg all looked at the data and agreed the timing was deeply suspicious. And Senator Chris Murphy pointed to something even bigger. About $1.5 billion in S&P 500 futures was bought, while about $192 million in oil futures was sold, just minutes before the announcement. That's why people are asking the obvious question: who knew? Because if you knew the post was coming, you could buy stocks before they jumped and sell oil before it dropped. That's how you turn a few minutes of secret knowledge into a huge profit. That's also why this is being compared to insider trading. Insider trading is simple, using secret, non-public information to make money in the market before everyone else knows the news. The best way to understand it is this. Imagine you work at a pizza company and overhear the CEO say the company is about to go bankrupt. The public will not know until tomorrow, so that night you sell your stock before anyone else can react. When the news breaks, you have protected yourself while everyone else gets hit. That's not a lucky guess. That's an unfair advantage, and it's illegal. So who could have known about Trump's post before it was public? Trump wrote it, his communications team saw it, his national security advisors knew what was happening in the Iran talks. The people actually involved in the negotiations, including Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff, would also have known the direction things were going. In other words, there was a very small circle of people with advanced knowledge. Economist Paul Krugman said the obvious explanation is that someone close to Trump knew what was coming and used that inside information to make huge profits. And this is what makes the story even more disturbing. It doesn't look isolated. According to reporting from Axios and other outlets, suspiciously timed trades have appeared before other Trump market-moving announcements, before the 90-day tariff pause, before other major political and military announcements, before major moves tied to Venezuela and Iran. On prediction markets, people have also made huge gains by correctly guessing major events just before they happened. One trader using the name Magamine reportedly made nearly $600,000 by timing a bet on a U.S. strike on Iran. Another trader has posted a win rate of 93% on large bets, which is wildly unusual. The White House says these claims are baseless and points to ethics rules that prohibit the use of non-public information for financial gain. But there's another problem. The agencies that are supposed to investigate this have been weakened. The Justice Department's Public Integrity Section was reportedly cut from 36 lawyers to just 2. The SEC's top enforcement official reportedly resigned after being blocked from pursuing certain cases. So, the people who should be asking the hardest questions are being stripped down or sidelined. That matters because this isn't just about Wall Street traders. It affects ordinary people. When oil jumps, gas gets more expensive. When gas gets more expensive, groceries and shipping get more expensive too. When powerful people can profit before the rest of the country sees the news, regular people are the ones paying the price. That's the definition of a rigged game. Markets are supposed to work for everyone. They're supposed to help teachers, nurses, small business owners, and workers grow their savings over time. But if some people get the news before everyone else, then the game is no longer fair. This is your retirement, your paycheck, your grocery bill, your future. So here's the question that remains. Was this just a coincidence, or was it insider trading? The trades happened, the timing is real, the market moved exactly the way it would if someone knew the news before the public did. The agencies are weak, the White House is silent, Iran denies the talks happened, and someone, somewhere, made a fortune. Maybe it was luck, maybe it was an algorithm, maybe it was something worse. But until someone explains who traded $580 million in oil before Trump's post, this story is not going away. Because when power moves first and the public finds out later, the one thing that can still force answers is noise. People talking, people asking questions, people refusing to let it disappear. So here is my question to you. Do you think this was insider trading? If this video made you think, like it, share it, and subscribe, because this story is not over. We'll be watching the clock.